welcome you into Paycor Stadium on the riverfront here in Cincinnati. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Throw taken in by Taylor, left side. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down. You talk about this Bengals defense. And they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Now it's Richardson. He'll find his man. That's Taylor. And right away, he lost the football. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Here we go. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Burrow looking to pass. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? What the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on. Because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
Here we go. Burrow will throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
And down here, 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. An inside give, Brown. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have...
Touchdown, Bengals! Jamar Chase, halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Bengals are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. You talk about this Bengals defense. And they've been excellent against the pass. The number 6 unit in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Richardson. And he's got his big tight end here. Fighting through, and he's got space. Look at the big fella go. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Richardson going to move him around. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Running left, Taylor. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They need 2. Here's third down. They'll try to run for the first with Taylor. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
Here we go.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's first and 10. This is Brown going up the middle. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. The Bengals at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
That's to the league that you mean business.
Open man, that's Gesicki down the field. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point. You just defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
12, 12, 12.
They snapped that at 1. Now it's Burrow. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Gun. Dot. 11, 11, 11. Dot.
Running right, here's Brown. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space.
Here we go.
A loss results there.
Dot.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now a short one to Gesicki, and they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 19. A pretty good mark there. They needed 14. They got 14 on 3rd down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he rifles one incomplete. Second and 10.
Here we go. Dot.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
That quick throw there is it.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Hey, take 26.
First throw now for the backup Rodgers. Throwing over, and it's Taylor on the out route that completes it. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. 3rd and 3.
Inside. Hey, 88. Back front.
Throwing is Rodgers. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Get 300. Get 300. Too much.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And this taken in by Downs. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Options galore here. Second and a few inches. Rodgers again now. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Downs going in motion right. And he'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now Rodgers going to shift him around. Downs going in motion left. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. What a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with second down coming up. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Hey, take 26. Inside.
Rodgers to throw once more. He'll drop this down to Taylor. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Hey, 88. Back north. Get 300. See Mike.
Now Rodgers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Go to 50. Take 30. Box it.
Now it's Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Battle. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it, and live to fight another down. First and goal, and you throw the pick. Not good at all.
So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Bengals drive about to get going. This game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
That's caught. Andre Yoshivas. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain there of 30 big ones. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Now it's Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Jamar Chase with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bengals come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Throwing now is Rodgers. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Now Rodgers. Down to the sideline, and it's intercepted. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all of those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he'll find Chase on the right side complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Here we go, here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
Now it's Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Jamar Chase, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So from the 37, here's second down and 3. To throw is Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. And they'll send the tight end in motion. And again, it's Rodgers. And the screen unsuccessfully dropped it.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
That was a chance for the breakthrough. He's got a man running free, and you've got to be able to put that on him. But instead, led him too far, incomplete.
Rodgers now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Rodgers going to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll send Mitchell in motion right. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Adonai Mitchell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and it makes the score 21-10. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Here we go.
Right back to Brown. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up, and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
They'll run on 3rd down with Brown. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Flush to his right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on first down.
Here we go.
But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Burrow on play action. Flushed out right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Oh, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Touchdown! Jamar Chase, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Bengals are on their way to a 2-0 start. And McPherson on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
In motion, the tight end. Here's Rodgers.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
This offense so far on third down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
26.
Throwing is Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2nd and 9.
Let's get set. Shot.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long, with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. From the 23, this is 2nd and 3.
Hey, check 26.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. On play action, Rodgers. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Colts first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this complete to Mitchell. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now 2nd and 3. Now Rodgers. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. It's caught. Mitchell. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now it's Rodgers. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Rodgers again now. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. And now what's this? They fake the spike. He'll throw it. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing.
Here we go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. On the right side open is Gesicki. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Well, I don't want to take too much away from his performance throwing the football. He's got the 4 touchdown passes, but this now a 2nd interception of the ball game.
And partner, part of what's gotten him the 4 touchdowns is a certain fearlessness. But that fearlessness borders with recklessness, and the latter just occurred.
One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.